2, 1.
Oh, yeah, we're live. It's time for Feedback Friday. I'm Bill Allan, and this is Carl.
Hi, I'm Carl.
And that's Heather. Let's go to Heather's camera, and then Carl's camera, and then there's Carl. This is his camera. That's Heather's camera. That's Carl, Heather, Carl, Heather. All right, it's Feedback Friday. And Carl and Heather, when are you going to SCAD?
Wednesday.
5th.
Yep.
It's the 5th.
Yeah.
So your college starts a couple weeks after everybody else in the known universe.
That's right.
So
we're on trimester.
So you've been around a little bit.
We have been.
So like extended summer.
It's kind of sad because
No, it
everyone's
sucks,
gone.
yeah.
It's like a ghost town.
So you have to like get used to life
Yeah.
without other friends. Rip.
Without social interaction.
So
You're our only friend left.
we did not plan this at all, but I'm glad that you're here. Let's Role Play GM says the best teacher in the known universe. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Welcome, Lukey. Welcome, Ellen. Good morning.
Ellen?
That's
The
not
Majo
their
Ellen.
name. It's Majo.
Majo Ellen.
Majo.
Majo? Majo? I don't know. So some of our friends. So Feedback Friday is usually where we address questions, concerns, and topics from the Maho.
Maho.
Mahau or Mahu?
Mahau.
I think it's Maho.
Mahau.
That's cool. Interesting.
I like that. It's pretty. Mahau. What does it mean?
Pretty.
Is it
Mahau.
Mahau? Good morning. Hey, Josh. All right. So, couple things. We have been busy.
I have a major.
Heather, do you want to
Thank
tell do you want to tell the audience about the major filmmaking experience that we're involved with Madly Effects?
It just means a
Yes.
witch.
And
Okay.
Glass Darkly.
Yes. So we not
Built a
Carl. So
mountain.
Carl's just going to be like set dressing for this right now.
Hi.
My former student, Andy Giros, who is the president, CEO, and owner of Madly Effects in Chicago, reached out to us and said, hey, I'm really super busy and I've got this job and I need to pull in extra recruits. Do you have any people that would want to jump up on this? And I was like, yeah. What's it? I said yes first. It was so dumb.
No,
I was
it
like,
was worth it.
I was like,
though.
what's it involve? He's like, you have to build some like scale terrain. And I was
Yeah.
like, ooh, terrain. And like I was like, yay.
And Bill's like, it's a couple feet high.
Yeah.
You know, like
So I'm
3
thinking
feet.
I'm thinking like D&D terrain,
Yeah.
right? And like, so we'll get some pink foam and some
It's
snow.
really bad.
So then we find out that the scale is not like D&D miniature.
No.
It's like huge, right?
Well, we found that out like when we got there.
Yeah,
because
literally.
We didn't read. We should have known before, but we didn't like really read the email.
It was like in Spinal Tap when they got like the picture for Stonehenge and they accidentally wrote inches instead of feet. But for us, it was the opposite. Like we found out that this was massive, like just huge, right? So now we have to
It was
build
like
this
6 feet tall.
Yeah. Now we have to build this 6 foot like epic cliff with like snow and like an overhang and a plateau. And I'm like, what is this for? You know, I'm thinking it's for some epic, like, and so it's for this strange, sort of surreal short film project where a person has like a fever dream. And during that fever dream vision thing, they hallucinate like that Jesus is on a cross being like eaten by dragons, but not like D&D dragons, like Native American dragons with weird like faces and heads and all sorts of mythology mixed in.
It's like it was like an eagle mixed with a dragon
with like
a monster,
a man face.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
And Andy built it, and it was so cool.
Yeah. And so
I got to work the wings on set.
Yes.
Like I was moving the wings.
So
really
we
fun.
we took. I mean, it was days of work, right?
Yeah.
So
like we thought 2.5.
Yeah.
And it ended up being like
the whole
4.5.
week. Yeah.
It was like 4.5.
So Heather and I and Brian Thomas from Initiative Coffee Company were in Andy's
Hi.
shop, just like slugging away. Like, and it was like 1,000 degrees in the shop too.
Yeah. Hacking at pink foam.
And we're probably gonna die because we inhaled.
I did.
Pink foam.
I literally did die that
Heather
one
did
day.
die.
You did die.
I died and like resurrected.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sort
I think
of.
I like was having like a heat stroke or something.
And
It was
probably chemical smells.
Yeah, probably.
So, but it was fun. I
It
mean,
was fine.
overall,
I
it was
lived.
fine. It was fun.
Yeah.
And we had a good time. And then Heather got to work on set during the actual filming.
That
So
was
Heather, talk about
really
that
fun.
process. What was that all about?
So I was there for like 13 hours, I think, just during the day. And it was somewhere in Chicago at like a studio that they have. And it was really, really fun. and I got to hang out with a lot of cool people. And I met Lane from Women of the Now, and she is like the sweetest person on earth. And I really look up to Women of the Now. It's a like a film movement in Chicago of a full women crew. And so I thought that was really, really cool to meet people from Women of the Now, because like I don't know, like I look up to them.
Yeah. And one of the cool things is that really another LTTV alumna, that's the female plural, no, female singular alumna, is Steph McDonald. And she's like one of the people. But yeah, but you met Lane and Catherine works on it too. And so it was really fun. Yeah. So I think it was a cool experience. And it did kind of combine our like the crafting stuff with filmmaking, and it was just a cool experience.
And just like the set pieces they had, it was just unreal.
Yes.
Like they were like, "Hey, do you want to go outside and help build the wigwam?" And I was like, "Sure."
I like that.
So we built a wigwam. That was fun.
Let's role play GM. I'm glad you warmed up to me. Thank you very much. That's funny. And
oh my God, Sunny Days!
I know. I was about to say thank you for making that Vine compilation. That was so funny.
Oh my God, that Vine was
Everybody
so
who's
funny.
tuning in, this is awesome. We're getting caught up. So
ASMR time?
Yeah, giant pink foam. All right, so we are gonna try. I have some pictures from that whole production. Heather has some pictures, and it is pretty epic. So we're gonna get all the pictures and stuff together. And then when the film's done, I will send out a link to it and everything when they finally have it online. So Desang, which is like I think it's warm blood. Warm blood. Yeah.
Scary.
So, all right.
What a W9 is.
So, Josh P., I think I responded to your message, but if I didn't,
I can't believe Heather's Jesus.
Hit me up.
Yeah.
Does that make Carl the Dragon?
Does that make Carl the Dragon? Oh, because Heather was reincarnated. Remember, she threw up.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yes.
I was like, I literally was like laying on the floor in the bathroom.
I think it was the Max kid drooling
all
over Carl. Max wasn't drooling over me. Max only kind of likes me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Maximilian Kavanaugh.
Oh,
he was.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, that's understandable. I mean, look at me.
It could be.
I forget we have like Maximilian.
So yeah, so we're gonna try to post some stuff there. All right. So DM tips.
Did you get Josh's email?
I don't know if I got Josh's email.
You got Josh's email?
Josh's email?
Hold on. Stand by, Josh.
You're missing all the comments.
I think he said something about shirts.
Hold up on my phone.
Yes, we love shirts. We love all the free things.
Well,
so,
I don't know what it is. Shirts.
I don't know
Type
if
in
I.
Josh.
Where's Bill?
Maybe it came in like spam.
Bill.
It
Allan.
might
there
have.
It is. Oh no.
Nope. Rip.
He's alive right now.
Tell
Josh, I don't know if I got your email.
Tell me your email.
Sorry, just
comment.
The Bill Allan, TheBillallan @gmail.com. Send me your email. And if you did send it already, then perhaps rip. I don't know why it wouldn't have come into
I'd like to point out something that Let's Roleplay GM, who did call me a douche, his profile picture is him shirtless in the mirror. So let's come on.
But that's what your profile picture is
Oh
too.
shit, you're right. Is Heather 18 yet? Or
Yes.
it says let's play the role.
I don't know
This
if
is
we
what
should
his
answer that.
That's what his body looks like.
Oh.
Yeah. Very good.
I have a boyfriend.
He does good.
Heather is a
Like,
boyfriend.
I can admit
Sorry.
that.
All right. So
He has muscles.
couple things.
Couple things. My boyfriend and I are coming out with an EP.
Yes.
That's a thing.
Talk about it.
So follow me on Instagram for updates about the EP, or SoundCloud. Just go follow me on SoundCloud because that's where it'll be posted.
Yes.
Probably like Bandcamp. We don't have the money to put it on like Spotify and Apple Music.
Right. Eventually you will though.
When we're famous. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's probably just gonna be on like SoundCloud and Bandcamp. So check it. Yeah. Heather VOGT on SoundCloud.
That's right.
I don't have a Bandcamp.
That's right.
Sean has a Bandcamp though.
Okay, I will address this question from Jonathan. Do you have any tips for a DM working with new players? I need help. Okay.
Have
So,
fun. That's
wrangling new
tip.
players who don't know everything can be a challenge.
Which
For
we
sure,
did. Well,
right?
we knew what to do right off the bat.
And if you watched any of the shows, you would know that. So for me, it's easier because, I have the same experience oftentimes with class. It's like wrangling, people in class. And
yeah.
So it involves some concentration and multitasking. It involves having a lot of little story threads and plot hooks prepared.
Highlight.
But what I would recommend is don't prepare just like one adventure, because if your players decide to not do that one adventure,
which we did a lot,
you would be totally derailed.
We did it like every time.
So here's an example from season 2, right? I had an adventure prepared, but then it just didn't happen. It literally never happened.
Really? What was the adventure?
I can't tell you.
What?
Okay.
So,
Okay,
well,
bye.
because it might
We just
tie
got
into
up and
season
left.
3.
Okay, bye.
But I had an adventure planned, and then everybody's like, "Hey, let's go to the Reeves banquet
and kill him,
poison the Reeve, and light his house on fire and steal shit."
That was me. Thank
So,
you.
I mean, basically that.
Then we all held hands.
Yeah. So
That's
what
a
I
good
did was
moment.
I try to think of
Funny
planning and managing players as more like create a bunch of options and be flexible and fluid and try to be able to accommodate what they want to do. At the same time, don't just let them get away with murder, like literally. Like if they turn into murder hobos, there should be consequences. They should be hunted down by people. They should have to either talk their way out, fight their way out, or somehow escape. You know what I mean? Or put them in jail. Like in Carl's game, if any of you watch Carl's game, you'll remember that the party was imprisoned.
That wasn't planned at all.
But that was an excellent
It was so
solution.
funny.
They killed cops.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong in D&D. You can do whatever you want.
Right.
It's
I mean,
literally-
morally, there's a lot wrong. Killing.
but it's not real.
Pillaging.
You can do whatever you want.
What's your Bandcamp, Heather?
I don't have a Bandcamp, but I have a SoundCloud.
All right. I'll put a link in the chat. SoundCloud.com.
You forgot.
No,
That's
.com
not a
slash-
website
That's
title.
not. That doesn't exist.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh my God, that's me too. Wait, why is there a video of my face? Wait, can you go back? That was
People
creepy.
Are...
No, like what was that?
The internet.
Can you scroll down?
You
Why is it a
tweeted
video?
I don't know,
You were so
Oh,
famous.
It's a tweet.
Wow.
You're
no,
so
it's a tweet.
famous.
I know, sorry.
You're so famous.
No, it's a tweet. I was
All right.
confused. I thought someone made a video and I was
Here's
like, that's
Heather's
really
thing.
creepy.
Boom.
That's me.
Oh, Carl brings death and destruction with style and charm. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you, Scott.
That's my sex life. No.
So they are murder hobos and they did go to jail, but then they broke out and killed the guards. You know what?
Yeah.
Then here's how you roll with that,
That's the
Jonathan.
thesis.
You let them lead to their own demise. If they're clever enough,
Which
you know,
I am.
remember this. A good DM is not adversarial. It's not, any role-playing game should not just be like, it's me against the group. That's not how it is. You're a facilitator for the story. You're an author, you're a narrator, and you facilitate the story. So it's okay. If they decide to go with just like lawless, evil abandonment, fine. You know, maybe they're going to go out in like a blaze of glory and you know, go out dying with 100, you know, knights chasing them.
Yeah.
Like, let them have that adventure, you know? Now, if you genuinely just like feel like they're dicking around, then give them some challenges that are incentives for them to come back to the light side. You know what I mean? Maybe there's some local noble who's in desperate need of their assistance.
I love her.
And he's been betrayed by the other nobles in this coalition, and he needs their assistance to regain his seat, you know, amongst the king's companions. Use your goddamn imagination, bro. Well, that's
This guy's a lot of attitude.
Maybe some character development in the future that turns them good. Exactly. So it's not easy to wrangle cats. You know what I mean? And if the players just decide that their party's just going to be chaotic and crazy, that is so
cute.
You know, that's so much of what there's only so much you could do. So provide a world for them to adventure in, give them adventures, you know? And if they decide to just go lawless and evil, like maybe have them meet up with like the epic villain, you know what I mean? Like flip the script and make one of your villains into like their hero who becomes their patron. And now he's like hiring them to do like all these missions against his enemies. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that'll help them.
Hello,
Wait,
the nipple twister of love. Hi.
This person, that comment's really cute.
Lukey says, thank you all so much for introducing me to D&D in this easy and yet very exciting and inspiring way. Can't wait to play with my friends.
With a heart.
That's what we're here for. Thank you.
We're changing America.
Yeah. Feed the homeless or this.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Also,
I pick this.
Scott says he can't find a D&D group to play with. Didn't you say you put up a flyer?
So I'll tell you a couple tips that I have found. So first of all, the internet. I don't know where you live, and a lot of times, like if people live in like a small town, it can be hard to find places.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I'm going to give you some options. Okay, number one, go
Just
on
go
to
to your local high school.
go to your local. All
Stand
right,
outside your local high school and ask kids.
Does anyone want to play D&D?
no, you might get arrested.
You get arrested. Don't
So if you have a local game store or comic book store, start there.
Yep.
Ask them if they run any games or if there are any people interested in gaming. If they're like, no, then make your own flyer and just be like, interested in playing D&D. I would play it. I'd rather play it, but I'd also run it if other people were interested. And then put your email up and leave up a flyer at these locations. That could also include
Starbucks.
your local library, Starbucks, Park District.
Chick-fil-A.
Okay, slow down.
Wendy's,
Okay.
Portillo's,
McDonald's.
Right.
They probably don't have Portillo's.
Steak and Shake.
But here's the other thing too.
Hang it up at your local Jewel Osco.
What if they're like not from this area, Heather? Come on.
They're not.
Yeah,
your
Your
CVS.
Kroger.
But here's maybe a wider reach. Okay, look on Meetup.com because there are a lot of gaming meetups.
Dating website.
Go on
No,
Tinder, but make sure your
no.
bio says only for D&D.
Not looking for
Only
relationships.
For D&D.
Go if you look on Meetup.com. There are a lot of gaming meetups.
Role
Okay?
play only.
Um, Look on Craigslist. Look on Meetup.com.
Interesting.
All of those are possible resources
Plenty
for
of
finding a
fish.
gaming group. Now, if all of that
Christian
fails
Mingle.
and you can't find people to play with in person,
Move to
then
Range.
look at Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds because there are a lot of people who run games online. And it might not be the same as sitting face to face around a table with people, but you'd still be there with a group of people. You'd use your webcam and whatever to initiate gaming. And that's
Cool.
another option.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a
That's actually cool.
big thing.
So it's
And
kind of like Skype, but like you're playing
yes,
D&D.
so imagine
That's
Skype,
actually fun.
but it also has like displays. So the DM
Yeah.
can put like a map up.
Oh.
And you know how we use
Oh,
minis?
way
Well, they have
cooler
like
than we do.
virtual tabletops with
Wait.
minis and stuff.
That's cool. Scott,
That's-
just do that.
So like low
You don't
key,
need a group.
if we can make
That's cool. I didn't know
D&D
that
with
was a
college
thing.
students happen, like that's how it would
Oh.
happen.
I do that.
I thought we
Yeah.
were gonna Skype.
And when we come back,
Well,
for like
that's what it is.
Thanksgiving-
It's like Skype, but where you also get to see like the
That's
things.
cool. Carl and I can go to the library.
Yes.
together.
Oh, hey,
What?
Pato Araya, greetings from Chile.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Super
Greetings.
cool.
Thank you for
They
tuning
don't
in.
have Kroger and shit.
No, they don't.
International fame, low ping. Thank you.
Wow.
Greetings from
Greetings from
Brazil.
Brazil.
Diego,
Come to
welcome.
Brazil.
We have a lot of Brazil fans.
Germany.
Ellen says there's always Roll20, which I'm a little
Wow.
late to. She posted that. But yeah, you could definitely find a bunch of strangers to play with. It can be interesting.
I have family.
Germany,
from Germany.
Willkommen, Guten Tag, or Guten Evening, depending on where you're from, Lukey. So that's awesome. That is
Who
awesome.
here likes Oktoberfest?
I love pretzels.
So if you're just tuning
Those are the
in,
things
welcome
I
to
know about
Feedback
Germany.
Friday. We are answering questions live. So if you have questions for me or for Heather and Carl,
What kind of
I'm from
pretzels?
Africa. That's not.
Afrik,
Is that where is that?
that's how they say Africa.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh boy, he corrected it to Africa.
Guatemala,
Dude, that's so cool.
We're kind of internationally famous.
Hello from Oklahoma.
Scotland. I was just in
All the
Scotland.
way from Oklahoma. Oh
I
my
went to Edinburgh this summer, and it was like just D&D world basically. It was so cool. There were so many castles and cool things. I walked through a cemetery and just took pictures. It's so awesome. All right. Hey,
We have
Oklahoma.
cemeteries here.
Oklahoma, awesome. Yeah, but our cemeteries don't go back to like 1600. Like these
In
were
Savannah,
legit, dude.
do you see the
They
Savannah
do.
ones?
Yeah.
They're crazy.
Bill, can
You
you
guys-
come visit us in Georgia?
I kind of want to do.
Yeah,
you
I-
should.
That'd be so much fun.
I
God,
want
I'd
to. You
cry.
could sleep on my
I could
dorm
literally
floor.
cry. Oh yeah,
Okay,
you could technically.
Hold on,
sleep
I
on
got to
the
scroll
floor.
back.
have a
King
couch.
Frankenstein had a question. Let
Our
me
dorms
find
have like
it.
a couch in like the living
I know.
quarters.
That would be so awesome.
Quarters?
Last time I
Living
played
quarters?
D&D, it took us 3 months to build a full world board. You got any ideas? So next time we won't have to do that. King Frankenstein. My idea is don't start with macro. Don't build a whole world. Just build one place. Okay.
Sweet.
So I'm going to give you my tip for how to get a game going fast. Build a town, just a basic town. Populate it with some
People.
basic shops,
Yeah.
right? Maybe you have an
Allow
inn,
the world.
a couple inns. Maybe you have a stables. Maybe you have a blacksmith. Maybe you have a weaver and a tailor and a basket maker and a blah, 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 right? For, just a couple blocks of town, right? And then create some NPCs, some characters. Maybe the town has a sheriff or a mayor or a reeve or a lord. And then you've got some constables. And then you've got some, quirky characters like the people at the marketplace and old Jim, the bum who sits in the alley and things like that. And then think about the region around it. Maybe there's some woods to the north. Maybe there's a small lake to the east with a mysterious old ruined tower next to it. Maybe to the west, half day's ride, are some low hills and mountains where there used to be mines, but now they're populated by scary goblins or a tribe of orcs.
I hate goblins.
To the south
Oh my
is
God.
maybe you have an expanse of more forest, but people are afraid of that forest because it's supposed to be haunted.
Goblins.
So you create a small area. Now in that small area, you could have, I could come up with 40 adventures. I could create enough adventures just in that small area that I just made up right now to keep you busy from like levels 1 through level 5 or 6 or 10. Okay. You could have invaders come to your town. You could have the town growing. Maybe there's some newfound, maybe your adventurers discover that like there's a deposit of silver or gold or iron nearby. And once they kick the goblins out, they liberate the mines, and the Lord grants them titles and maybe like a plot of land and some wealth, and says, here, I'm basically buying you out of the mines, but in return, I'm going to give you this, right? And then now it starts attracting, and now population's growing and they're building more. And you could literally make your characters part of like the growth of this town, from like a small little town to like a larger city, but have other conflicts happening. Maybe down the line, they realize that underneath the town this whole time, there's an ancient city that was like buried, like archaeological discovery. Maybe they're like, there's something wrong with the well water. And then they climb down there and discover there's like weird trails that go into subterranean caverns. And then you find out that there's a weird race of like lizard folk who live under there.
Argonians?
I just made up all that.
Okay.
You know
Go to the
why?
next question.
Because I rule.
I want to see what more people are saying.
So start off
I
small
zoned out.
and just have fun.
Yeah, maybe they have questions for us.
You know what? Maybe
I'd like to answer a question, please.
You're going too fast.
That's King Frankenstein. That's your old Imperial overlords are here.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, wait. Wow. slow down.
Goblin lives matter.
Thank
Wait,
you.
hold on.
Wait.
Hold on.
Hello, Bill, and happy.
Edinburgh. Greyfriars Cemetery. Yes, dude.
Whoa.
Yes, Jamie.
Yay.
Dude, Edinburgh. I
California.
can't wait to go back to Scotland because I also want to go to Glasgow. All right.
Tennessee,
Greetings
Texas.
from California. Bill, do you
Yeehaw.
primarily run homebrew content, or do you? All right. So here's the thing. I don't run published modules. I never have. I never
Whoa.
will.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
So D&D publishes modules, and other companies.
Adventures.
They publish adventures. Sometimes they publish whole worlds.
Oh.
I
Like
don't
Maze
run.
Arcana?
Yeah, they run in published content. So I don't run in other people's stuff. Now I've played as a player
I know
in
what you mean.
a lot of different published material. But when I'm running the game, I prefer to do homebrew because as a DM, I find it more creative and exciting and inspiring to create my own worlds.
And wouldn't it be easier if your people don't stay on the adventure like you thought they were going to stay on?
Yes.
Like it's so much easier to
Yes.
just make something up.
Because most worlds nowadays, they don't just create one adventure.
Mhm.
So like newer source books are just a whole series of things that you can
Yeah.
do. And that way there's more flexibility. So like they're getting caught up to where I was 20 years ago.
Wow. Bill
I mean,
Allan
that's-
is the future
that's
of
the
Dungeons
tea.
and Dragons.
So
Bill just
and he said just the tea.
Tennessee,
Oh my God.
I love Tennessee,
Texas.
bourbon
I
country,
was just in Nashville.
Tennessee whiskey. Just started our own high school D&D campaign. Oh,
Wow.
Whoa.
AHS Broadcasting. You know what? Send me a link to
Link it.
your stuff, because I'm also, obviously, as the media teacher, I'm always interested in hearing about what other high schools are doing. But that is
Yeah.
awesome. Good for you, AHS.
Link up.
We'd
Link
love
up.
to see some of your video. We'll cross promote you.
Let's go to
Let's spread the
Nashville.
word about how beneficial
Maybe
D&D
they're
can
not.
be. Sunny Days says, I'm in Texas. Yee-hoo! I've been to
Yeehaw.
Texas.
Ha.
Yeehaw.
Aw,
Who?
yee.
Well, I'm from Chicago. I don't know.
Yee-hoo.
I've never been to Texas.
Hello, Bill, and happy cast. Thanks, Special Ops.
Oh, the blues.
Arian
vibrant.
Baziani.
you.
Hey, buddy, I've only found your channel yesterday, but I
I
really enjoy your
use-
content. Thank you. Mark
I
Gump
use
says,
the punky color, color depositing shampoo.
Yeah.
If you're wondering.
okay, Mark Gump
That's why my
I
hair is so blonde.
went to New Orleans about 4 years ago.
I
I don't know. I can't remember time anymore, but it was dope. And I did do one of the cemetery tours, and it was exactly the dopest that you thought it would be. In fact, I didn't even do all the normal New Orleans stuff.
Or
We
we
didn't
hate
go see
goblins.
any part of Bourbon Street at night. We spent most of our time geeking out with like historical stuff and voodoo tours and his cemetery tours and just walking around, all the different, the French Quarter, Latin Quarter, all that stuff, and just absorbing the
Carl,
culture,
we
man.
hate goblins.
New Orleans is my jam. I love it.
Racist.
Except
That's
it
amazing.
is a little hot in summertime. I'm not gonna lie, low-key. All right, so Heather is so kind-hearted, looking melts me to the core.
What?
Thank you,
What
Let's
does
Roll
that
Play.
mean?
Thank you.
Um,
Kind-hearted.
Look,
remember to
you're-
poison the reef. Good call,
You're
Ender.
a terrible person.
Wow, you hate goblins? Racist. I don't hate goblins. In fact, here's a DM
I
tip.
hate goblins.
Here's a DM tip. DMs or GMs. If you're playing a game and your players like know the stats to every monster, flip the script.
Oh my God.
Change it. Make goblins, instead of making goblins like easy to kill, just make them crazy, super enchanted, powerful. And then your players will be like, goblins. And then the goblins will hand them their asses and that'll throw them a loop. Or take a monster out of the monster manual and just rename it and make it a different color.
Bill,
And then all of a sudden they don't know.
Wow, Billy.
We can't keep up with the comments.
Bill, have you ever played with psionics? What are your thoughts on it? I enjoy playing a psionicist. Okay, so Scott, here's the thing. I don't like psionics in my game, like many DMs, because psionics are like mind powers. It's another level of like, it's like, it almost makes your D&D character a super. It's not cheating because it's in the rules, but I just don't like it.
It's cheating.
I don't like it. I'm okay with other people playing it and me being a player in a game, but as the DM, I don't like when my players have psionics. I like to limit that. Now, that said, there are other game systems where I enjoy the equivalent of psionics. So one example would be White Wolf's Mage. The magic system in Mage is very advanced, extremely advanced. And that is very similar to how I think psionics could work, but yeah.
Someone asked how tall I am. I'm 5'3".
Heather's 4'2".
Oh, no.
Did you take the computer? I can't read the
5'3".
comments now, Heather.
Yeah, come on, Heather. This is $1 million
You guys are
computer.
taking forever.
Carl,
I just
please
checked
be
the
my
receiver
daddy.
responsibility just to
Okay.
make sure it's-
No, I can do
You Bill.
that.
Oh, Josh, it's Allan. That's
No.
why.
Oh, hey, this is a question for us, so we're going to answer.
okay.
Allan, Josh.
David Grew says, Carl and Heather, have either of you played D&D in other groups since starting D&D with high school students? I have. I actually ran my own game, like a 4-hour game, midsummer. I got a bunch of friends together, and we just kind of played for a few hours. It was great. And then we went to IHOP and had their burgers.
Wow.
They were good.
Yes,
I've only ever played D&D on camera. So.
with me and Carl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only
That's
ever.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zhao
Emotional.
V2 says Mage rules. Thank you for saying that because it does.
What's that?
Let's role play.
Now spank me.
Fenton, yay,
Huh?
now spank me. I love musician girls. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Suggest bring ordinary people to guest spot in your campaigns as special
You
NPCs.
tried that.
DoD Spec Ops,
I have this.
your wish is happening. I don't want to
They're
leak.
IHOP
I'm not.
again.
I can't leak any more information. Okay. But here's the thing.
Oh my God. I don't even know this.
I want to reward all of you
Get
that are
your
tuning in
teacups
right
out.
now. So all 67 of you that are watching,
2 more people, please.
I'm gonna drop some spoilers for season 3 in a few minutes.
Oh, wait, what?
So if you don't want season 3 spoilers, then GTFO. But if you do,
Justin,
if
me
you
too.
do want spoilers,
want the
stay
clue.
tuned.
Yeah, Justin, I'm with you, man. That did suck. How did your game go, Carl? I actually like DMing better. I'm a control freak and I'm an egomaniac. So that was actually super fun for me.
I could never DM. I'd be so
And
uncomfortable.
I like telling stories. I want to be a writer. So
Yeah.
it's a nice little segue into that by creating my own story.
And Carl has, and that's the thing. I think for Carl, DMing is a great fit because he, first of all, it's the story writing,
Mhm.
but you're forgetting an important thing too, is the improv.
That's
side.
true. I am
So
good at that.
Carl is pretty good with improv, and that is improvisation is
Did
a
I
really
forget my
key skill.
trousers? I did not forget my trousers. I'm wearing my SCAD shorts.
Yeah.
For college.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got SCAD shorts?
Yeah, and they have pockets.
Those are very nice. I didn't get any.
Yes,
Yeah, I got SCAD shorts.
Dad is good at improv.
that's true.
Thank you.
What's your thought on physical props? Must have? I don't think it's a must have, but they're cool and if well used.
What?
So like a nice map or scroll
No,
or an
that's
old
nice.
book or a page torn out of a journal of an ancient wizard.
Whoa, the comments are coming in so quick,
I know,
Bill.
it's hard.
Okay. Carl, what made us choose our class? And if we had to play again as a different character, what class would we play as?
I chose my character because I like Nightcrawler from the X-Men comic, so I just made Nightcrawler from the X-Men comic.
No, but Bard.
Oh,
Tiefling's your race. Why'd you pick a Bard?
you can play
What am I?
instruments and
That's a
you
folk
can kind of seduce people, and it's more talking than fighting. I like to talk, so
Right,
it was
right.
pretty easy choice.
Now, Heather,
I had no idea what I
You-
was picking.
but you picked a druid again. You could have been
Yeah.
something different,
She
but you
just
picked
didn't
a
want to
druid.
pick something
You,
new.
I
Yeah.
think that was a good fit, though.
I liked it. I don't
think
know.
it was.
I liked it.
Although I could easily have seen you playing a Bard, too.
yeah,
You,
I don't
you
know.
could have, and then
I like
just
don't
play
really.
guitar.
Thank
I
you
like
for
didn't
coming
know
to our
anything.
show. Yeah, that was improv.
Is
Thank
there
you.
a proper alternative to cutting pink foam with a hot wire?
Yeah.
Ventilation.
Well, No, I mean, you could cut it with just a knife. Like we
Yeah.
think about how much
Yeah.
cutting we did.
It's just easier with the hot wire.
Right. So you
You
could do the
don't-
basic cuts with
You
a
don't
knife.
feel like your wrist is gonna fall off.
Yes. You could do the basic cuts with a knife. And then if you want to make it smoother, actually,
Textured.
Carl, low-key, grab that piece right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's an example. So this is something, this edge, Dave, can you see this close enough on the camera? This edge was done with the hot wire. So it's got all these cool textures, right? But you could have just rough cut this with a knife.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted that melty look, you could just take like dollar store nail polish remover and just gently brush it across and it melts it. So that's another thing you could do. Some people have used like air,
pure acetone.
Yeah,
You need. Yeah.
basically. But don't go heavy because it will like melt through this shit like acid. So rip.
If you are gonna use a hot wire,
yeah,
make sure you have a vent or something.
yes,
'cause
ventilate.
We, like, died.
Yeah, because it was so.
I think I had like pink foam in my
Oh my
nostrils.
God, I can't keep up.
forever.
All right, thank you for coming to our show.
That was
I
Thank
like
you for coming
DMing
to our
because
TED Talk.
I get devastated when my character dies. Yeah, me too. Same.
Hey, let's roleplay GM. Please leave the chat and the stream.
Are we going to see Cooper? Cooper's in college
I
now.
play various
Where is
instruments,
Cooper?
too.
He definitely already left.
Are we going to see more DMing from Carl?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. The game. I'm sad that our game never finished. We all kind of went off and did our own thing throughout the summer, so we never got a chance to shoot again.
I'm
But
Scottish. That means nothing
yeah, I'd
to
like
me.
to DM again. I'd like to do something along the lines.
So,
Carl,
Jamie from Scotland says SCAD. I'm Scottish. That means note to me. My Scottish accent's horrible. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Bill and Carl, how much
SCAD
did you prep?
SCAD means Savannah College of Art and Design. It's in Savannah, Georgia.
We're film students.
That's what
Um,
we're going to.
Mage
college.
Ascension or Mage Awakening. I'm old school,
I don't know
but
what
I'd
that
play
means.
either one.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
It's a game. David Grew says, Bill and Carl, how much do you prep? All right, low key. Ready?
Yeah.
This is what I prepped.
I'll tell you mine after.
Here's what I prepped. For season 1, I had no time to prep. But to be fair, I had prepped for 20 years because I built an entire original world. Okay. So I didn't prep for season 1. For season 2 with them,
Yes.
Yeah.
I prepped because I built an entire continent, a pantheon of gods, kingdoms within that continent,
You did that. Yeah.
cities within that continent,
did that,
religious
yeah.
orders, barbarian hordes, criminal organizations. I prepped a lot. Now, actual adventure prep, nothing. Are you surprised? I literally prepped
Slightly.
nothing for adventure. I just built the world.
Bill, read this comment.
I did it differently. I didn't actually create a world at all. I just kind of took Bill's world and
You
I
have
just
all
created one
races
story
around
with
here.
several alternating timeline situation things.
Yes.
I focused on story primarily.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Joe said girls always love to show off when clothes have pockets.
Yes.
Joe, that is really true because girl clothes like never have pockets. So when you do have pockets, it feels so amazing.
Go
that you can
vert.
bring
Go-
stuff with
What
you.
is your favorite race?
We love all races
We
around
love. We're
here.
just big
right.
supporters of everyone.
My favorite race
We're a
is
loving
human.
family.
Or
no,
one
I-
race, the human race.
I don't have a preference for D&D races. My thing is this.
I'm glad you specified
My-
that.
My thing is this. I feel like a lot of newer gamers, and this was something that came up in season 1. They're like,
Someone makes a video.
season 1, everybody
Bill
was
Allen being
all
racist for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Season 1 was all like,
That's
everybody's
fine.
like mad that I forced them to be humans. And what they didn't get or they
It's
didn't listen
easier.
to, well, it's not just that. It's
To,
in
like,
the
learn.
location where I set up season 1 in that part of my original world, human was the only option. Like,
Mhm.
which is why for season 2, I created a whole nother continent on my world where there were a lot more racial options.
But I also feel like it was easier to learn too because like we were all just kind of like the same, you know.
Right. So I have no problem with player races. Like I enjoy trying different players as a player. I try out lots of different classes and races, but I always go back to human. I don't know why.
Pink Floyd.
Yes, I like Pink Floyd. They're my favorite band.
Bill,
Bill,
what's
what's your favorite character of mine?
It's me.
Oh, of them?
It's me. My character
Probably
is
Rory
awesome.
from season 1.
Yeah, Rory.
Rory.
Rory
I'm
said
just
like
kidding.
4 words.
Brian.
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 All right, so I'm going to tell you honestly, season 2, it would be hard to pick because everybody
good
came up
characters,
with
yeah.
good characters and the chemistry was pretty amazing.
Except for Anna.
So like everybody, no, even Anna.
I know.
I mean, Anna and Sean, like rip, but they were awesome. you know, and
Yeah.
Heather's character is awesome. And even Matt's character, like Maximilian, the half-orc nobleman barbarian,
That was cool.
was a great concept. And he played him pretty consistently,
Mhm.
you know? So, and even Max Abrahamson, who came in late as Drake, was pretty consistent, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's hard to pick. Now, if you're talking about my favorite character, that is 40 years of Dungeons and Dragons. So it'd be really hard to pick. Currently, I'm enjoying playing the character Ray, who is a half-elf barbarian rogue
Star Wars.
on The Bard's Tale, which is over on Initiative Coffee
Wait, you
Company's
play on that
YouTube
game?
channel. I play on it.
What?
And Ray is
Yeah, Bard's
he's,
Tale.
I've
yeah.
watched Bard's
That's
Tale.
when he wears that
He's awesome.
vest with no
Yeah.
sleeves.
he's
Oh,
awesome.
no.
I get to
It
show
feels
off
like
my
look at
tattoo.
my tattoo.
And my
That's why I
hairy
turned it
arms.
off. Yeah.
So he's one of my favorites. I have another favorite character who I play in my college friends ongoing campaign. But I'll tell you about him later. Also, Bard is OP if you pick College of Lore. My third level has 8 persuasion now. Can't fail persuasion checks. Yeah, Bards are pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, Heather,
Direct
Yeah.
compliment.
Brian wants to say also Thornwhip. Wait, I
Thornwhip.
lost his thing. Oh my God, we're so behind.
God.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry, people. We're making our
we're
way
around
through your
here.
contents. Somebody just said also.
Carl's
Thornwhip.
prep time is plagiarism. No.
What city are you in? We live
Chicago.
in Chicago.
60525. I live at 634 South Madison Avenue.
Oh, because Thornwhip.
'Cause
Brian
Thornwhip.
said because Thornwhip.
Okay,
Bill
me
rocks
too.
the coolest shirts. Thank you. Dad got some muscles. Whew, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, and so on. Yes.
They just call you dad?
Bill, I'm offering to paint a special mini
He's
for
our dad.
you. Be it an NPC of your choice. PM me.
Dude, do
Spec
it.
Ops, thank you. I actually
Wow.
have one for season 3 that I'm having a
PM
pain in the ass
him.
time finding. Very few companies have Goliath, the race of Goliaths. And I've been trying to find a
Oh.
Goliath fighter or barbarian or some kind of fighter type in the Goliath race, and I can't find anything. I find tons of half orcs, but I can't find a Goliath.
Did you see my text I sent you? They had a ton of Pathfinder stuff at
I
half
know,
price books.
but there's no good.
Who's
minis
the
in there.
camera guy?
Oh,
We
okay.
don't. Dave's in the control room.
Yeah, David Crawfa is the master behind the scenes. He is the technician, the technical wizard who makes
Why
all
is
this
it-
happen because he's showing off that he can
Oh.
blink all the cameras.
Okay.
Wow. Thank
He
you.
is God. Crawfa, say hi. Use the God voice and say hi, everybody. No, nothing.
Hello, everybody.
There it is.
Hey, I don't know if you can hear me on the stream.
There you go.
That's like the
That's
most
Dave.
Dave's ever talked.
I know that was awesome. Thank you, David.
All right, Cooper went to college already. I doubt Cooper's playing. All right, I'll just say this. If the right people come back at the right time for winter break /
Nice.
Christmas
We're
break,
home for 2 months.
we're gonna, yeah. Well, you guys are, but I want to see who else we can
amount
get.
of time.
So we're gonna
Andy would
get,
chest us
we're gonna
through.
have
See,
like you know how we did summer sessions? We're gonna have
Hashtag
winter
winter summer.
solstice. Oh, winter solstice. That is such a cool idea.
That was
All right.
awesome.
Is that
Wow.
a thing?
It is a thing.
So when is the live show coming soon? How you prep nothing for adventure? How do you start LOL?
Well,
You just
why'd
create
you
a
say
conflict.
lol?
Carl's prep time is plagiarism.
I thought that was
Yes.
funny. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I promise. My favorite race is elves. I like playing half elves. I like a human build
Willie
surviving in a
Stroker was
world
my
full of OP
favorite.
mystical beings. Willie Stroker was
The
my
emoji.
favorite.
I love the emoji.
Heather.
Did you see it?
I have to go back to it now.
Look at how funny it
Yeah.
looks. I love that.
Would you do a mage campaign? So I
I'm sorry.
would do a mage campaign with the right players. Mage is a
My
very
kids are
advanced game to play.
Still socially
I
awkward.
don't think I would do
Trying
mage
to
with high
come
school
to
kids.
adulthood.
So rip.
We are all
How
like,
old are
kinda
you? Let's
socially
roll.
awkward. Yeah.
Can we?
Let's
meet
role
up,
play
please?
GM. We are kind of socially
Your
awkward.
game system and world building is awesome, Bill.
Not
Congrats.
you.
Thank
No,
you,
I'm charming and
Miquando.
handsome.
Miquando, thank you. Gracias.
I like don't really.
Good
love
evening
being
from
on
London.
camera all
Barry,
that much.
welcome. Thanks for tuning in. We have
do behind the
69
scenes.
viewers right now. So will you guys wear costumes in the next
Yes,
campaign?
I will. I 100% will. I love costumes. Costumes are fun.
We're working on a sponsorship deal for wardrobe for the cast. I
What?
don't know if it'll happen or not.
When did that happen?
It's happening. Like I talked to some people.
Oh,
So
sweet. I'll paint myself blue. I will. I have no issue with it.
I think it would be dope. Bill, do you feel that there's been a resurgence of interest in D&D ever since Stranger Things? I think that's part of it. Yes.
Wait,
I
do they
think-
play that in Stranger
Yeah,
Things?
yes,
that's like a big
I've never
thing.
seen that. show.
I think that's part of it. I just also think that people like my age who grew up playing D&D are like in this nerd renaissance because there's so many comic book movies out now.
Mhm.
And like all the things that were like my nerd dreams as a child have happened, like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit.
It's cool to
Comic
be a
book
nerd now,
movies,
you
right?
know? Bill
So
got
like
beat up all the time.
I
Don't
Yeah,
beat
we
up
don't
other
get
people.
beat
no,
up.
I didn't. I was never a bully.
No, I feel like it was always like a thing. Like it's not like it's making a comeback because it's always been around. I feel like it's just like no one really cares
It's
what other
mainstream
people
now.
think anymore.
Actually,
know.
their generation is the reason why it can be that way. Because
I just dabbed
my
the screen.
generation,
Ew.
because my generation, like playing D&D in the 80s, you either like people were either worried that it was like a pathway to Satan,
It
or they
is.
were like, "You're a nerd, and I'm going to beat you up." So it was kind of like
Well,
a
people
thing.
have even said to us, they're like, "Oh, like you play D&D," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's fun.
Actually, people just
Screw you." You know, like
they praise me as a god when I.
Okay,
say that I
so
play D&D.
Jamie asked the question about hosting online games. I'm working on a Patreon right now. I haven't launched it yet, but I'm going to tell you that the highest level pledge levels for
Wow.
the Patreon, part of that will be playing in a monthly online game with me. So I can't tell you any more about
Really?
it
A
until it's
Patreon?
locked in.
Why didn't you tell us
I'm
about
gonna
that?
donate to the Patreon.
Does wearing a ring on your left hand in America indicate that you are married? Yes.
Bill is
Actually,
married.
no.
I am married.
You
She's a
can
very
be-
Way.
she's a very nice lady. She does not play games.
Katie.
She doesn't even she
Like
like
Bill.
rolls her
She
eyes.
doesn't even like Bill.
Yeah, she I mean, she does.
She
But
does
you
this
can
way.
wear a ring on your finger if you're not married,
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
Like people do like promise rings, right?
Yeah, people do that.
And you wear it on that finger.
I don't think I'd ever do that.
Yeah.
I'm madly in love. I'm never gonna promise like that. That's scary.
Well, that's kind of just like proposing at that point.
I know. I'm like 18. I'm 18 years
Scott,
old.
Children.
Scott Marish mentioned the Dragonlance modules. So funny thing is, I was just at a game store in Edinburgh, and I saw some
Just fall
old
off your
school
chair.
Dragonlance modules. I almost bought them, but
You're like, bye.
the British pound is way
Wow.
more powerful than the American dollar right now,
A
and I
lawyer?
spent too much money.
And a pro athlete.
Yes.
Wow, this guy. What are you doing here on this stream?
There are a lot of successful nerds, Carl, who play D&D. It's like a secret society.
I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah, so now you know.
he could sue me and
You might
kick
get
my
a job
ass.
someday just because you are famous on
He
D&D.
can murder us and get away with it.
So let's see. I love D&D because you can literally decide to climb a building, like in season 2. That's right. Ender,
What?
I had no idea how they were going to get themselves out of that public jam. And
Oh, I
then
did.
Carl came up with a genius level idea to distract everyone with his musical playing
No, it's
on
because
top of a
I've
roof.
done that in real life before.
Yes.
I love that little emoji. What do you type to get that emoji?
KAPPA, no space.
Oh.
She just
Oh
said
my
that.
God. Wait, I didn't even.
You do it with a space.
said no
No
space.
space.
Oh, rip.
Kappa. She's looking for you to say Kappa. It's a trick. I don't know.
I don't know. I am 28, a lawyer and a pro athlete, hence the athletic build. I love that. Wardrobe,
don't
heck yeah.
support him.
Just pointing out the obvious, pretty. Well,
She
whatever.
is
All right.
legal,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
asked.
yeah. All right, let's all behave. What is your favorite monster? Ooh, I have a whole series about monsters. Let me tell you that my favorite monster is the one that your players don't know.
Goblins.
Because if your players are the kind of players who've like by now they've memorized the whole monster manual and they know all the stats, then it's not surprising for them anymore. So I like to make up monsters. Now, you could just be lazy and reskin an existing monster. Pick any monster at random, change their name, change the color, and give them like X amount more hit points or a better AC or an extra attack. And now you have a new monster that the players don't know about. That's my favorite monster. And goblins.
And
No.
goblins.
We love you. All right.
Oh, look at the little face. That's so cute.
Hey, it worked. Carl, there is also a secret handshake. Dovahkiin Templar said that.
Dovahkiin Templar.
Dovahkiin Templar, we love you.
If you Venmo me $100, I'll blow a kiss to the camera. My Venmo's Heather Voked. I need money for college.
I will
Bill,
also
was there any
blow a
pushback to
kiss.
doing this project as your
Carl said
last time?
200 and I'll blow a kiss to the
David
camera.
asked a good question. Was there any pushback? No. Here's why. I started this thing on a fluke. We have a relationship with Blackmagic Design, and we are now Blackmagic Design sponsored.
Ooh.
We have, in the last 13 months, we have received almost $14,000 in donated equipment from Blackmagic Design.
It's like a lot of money.
$1,000.
Yes. So
You're right.
quite obviously,
You're
the
right.
school is very happy that I've grown this relationship, that we have grown this relationship,
School is-
because to give credit where it's due, we would not be friends with Blackmagic had it not been for our trip to NAB in 2016,
Mhm.
where Sean Robinson met Terry Frechette, and then we then went to
Thank you,
Gen Con.
Willie.
Thank you,
Yeah.
really
So
sure.
Sean Robinson, thank you, and Terry Frechette at Blackmagic Design,
Terry.
thank you. And our school obviously loves the fact that we're getting all this amazing equipment and we're using it in really cool ways. And we're a showcase, basically. We're a model for other schools, high schools and colleges, for how they could expand their media programming.
It's a secret. What's the secret, Carl?
handshake. We
There's a
read
secret
that
handshake.
one.
Oh,
Heather.
sorry.
I'd like to also
Why?
point out that if we weren't getting things from Black Magic, we probably wouldn't be able to do the show because the school and LTTV have had
Why does
some
it skip
my
ahead?
God.
interesting relationships
Michael
recently.
Harbour.
Especially last year, we had some issues.
Okay, yeah, you're caught up. Go down. Thank you, Michael Garfield.
I don't even know what
Nice.
time it is, you guys. Do I have class right now?
It's
No.
12:20.
Oh my God.
Do Heather and Carl have their own YouTube
Yes,
channels?
just look up Carl
Yes,
Volz.
we
It's just
do.
kind of where we dump whatever content we have.
Just look up Heather folks.
None of it's very good. My tutorial for chicken wing dip is very good. And there's a video about birds.
I have
so-
like makeup videos and music videos.
but it's a dumping ground. It's nothing exciting.
yeah.
But
Is
you
it
know,
Heather
Yeah, I
underscore?
don't like really post. I don't have
Wow.
a name. You just have to like link it. I don't like know how to do that.
oh, that's
That's
my
Carl's.
channel. Carl.
Oh yeah.
I'm just Carl. Excuse me.
Yeah, just
We have classics
search my
on there.
name, I guess.
All right. I will post,
I don't know.
Rip. I will post hey, Josh, I got your email. I mean, I saw it. I
Ooh.
didn't read it though. I will post Carl's link and then I will post
type my
Heather's
name.
link in the
It's
thing.
the first one. It's the first one. Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
How many subscribers do you have, Heather? 92. I have like 170.
92
I
subscribers.
almost dabbed again on. I
Carl-
don't know what's
Carl, you
going
could
on
just
with
dab.
it.
Where's my plaque?
Yeah,
Where's my
we're-
YouTube play button?
Yeah.
I would have loved to see the group try to survive some classic dungeon delving. I know.
thought about
Low
that.
ping, let me tell you.
No
I have
dungeons.
the dungeons. They just didn't go that route. I have
Were
dungeons.
there dungeons?
Ah, dude, do you not
We
remember the
ruined
dungeon
it.
tiles that I made you all
Yeah.
slave labor and paint?
Oh yeah,
I was
We were gonna
not in
use them.
town for that.
I was.
I like didn't really.
That was a
need them.
weird thing.
So
I was somewhere. I think I was
yes.
in Wisconsin.
you will see dungeon delving in season 3. Oh, spoilers. Damn it.
Oh my god.
T. That's
Congrats
okay.
on the sponsors, guys. Thank you. Let's play. 14K dang.
Oh, we're-
Someone said, Carl, what does it say? I hope you will find a way to keep us up to date on your writing. I will, because I will
Follow
be
him on
famous.
Instagram.
Bill, do you paint D&D
Aw.
miniatures? If you do, what do you use to seal? All right, so
Hi,
I do paint
Paul.
D&D miniatures. We're going to have a whole series of
I'm
videos
gonna
on the channel
cry.
about D&D
I
painting
miss
miniatures.
Paul so
I miss
much.
Paul so much.
And actually,
Max, oh my God.
low key, Heather and I at Gen Con
What?
did the miniature painting. Wasn't
Oh
that fun?
yeah. I
With
thought you
my
were talking
son.
about the cereal game.
No, that was
I
fun
like,
too.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, sorry, that was Siri on my phone. I was
Oh.
confused too.
It's like,
We
oh.
did we painted minis. Blueberry.
Blueberry.
Heather and I painted minis at Gen Con and it was fun. So we'll show
And we got
those to
free
you.
blueberry
What does Bill
cereal.
teach? He doesn't actually belong to the
We don't
school. He
know.
doesn't have a job.
I
We just
teach
show up.
film and TV production. So it is a repeatable elective
Oh,
course
TV.
wherein students learn a crash course about a year and a half of college classes in video cameras, DSLRs, which is for digital filmmaking, photography, lighting, cinematography, sound recording, and
Production.
editing.
Truck production.
We do live multicam truck productions, studio productions, short film projects, television shows, the whole gamut. It's like boot camp for media. And then it's a repeatable elective. So students who take it over and over and over again just do more advanced projects.
That's
They
us.
learn, they get certified on higher level equipment, et cetera, et cetera.
Heather was the music director last
Yep.
year, and I was the news
Yes.
director. So we did stuff based around
Bill,
those
look at how,
specific
oh my God.
fields.
Bill,
we're
do an
late.
adventure of Heather and Carl trying to make it to college.
It
Thanks
is
for
an
the
adventure.
inspiration.
We're
Y'all keep on
trying.
rocking. Can't wait to see more. Thanks, AHS. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm taking an airplane. Carl's driving.
I am driving, yeah.
My mom was like, "We're not driving 15 hours."
All right, the
13
Weird
hours.
Wolf. The Weird Wolf has asked about season 3. So I know you probably still don't know how it is going to go, but how many players do you expect to have? So my goal is to have 4 core players. So it's 4 at the table with special guests.
Currently, we're trying to
Wow.
convince my girlfriend Neely to be on the show.
You
And
might
she's
have
still
seen the
single.
last
Everyone
episode of the
comment.
summer sessions.
Go
Neely
Neely.
was
Go
in it.
Neely.
So right now
Comment
it's
go
looking like
Neely
we're
in
going to
3
have
seconds or you'll have bad luck.
Beecher,
Beecher will be back.
Tone.
Tony,
Tony, that's a bad news, but okay.
O'Malley,
Bad news again.
Maybe Neely.
maybe Neely,
Maybe Neely, good news.
and
She's
one
hot.
more girl. Now you're like, but Bill, that's 5. Okay, because Tony's not going to be on every episode. He's going to be like a recurring character. O'Malley,
that?
It's
O'Malley just
Oh,
gave Carl a
O'Malley,
finger.
come in here.
I think O'Malley will be good because O'Malley is actually very politically savvy. So he's going to bring
He's
an
kinda
element.
Like Carl.
Yeah, he's kind of.
That's why Carl.
He'll
just
bring, like, a
feels,
sneaky-
threatened.
I'm threatened by Matthew O'Malley. Matthew, you scare me.
All right, Carl, Ender, subscribe to you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
I sub
214
Wow.
subs. Well, hot
Hi.
dog.
just All right, this is a very laggy stream. Sorry.
Oh, sorry,
Spoilers.
Paul.
Low FPS. Was the dungeon the Void Monk place? Justin,
Paul said miss you. Paul, I
yes.
feel like crying.
Oh, here. Tips for beginner DMs. I'll answer this because I'm a beginner DM. Just have fun with it. And if your crew is being annoying, just hit them right into shape. Make some crap up, make them feel like crap for the stuff they're doing wrong, put them on the right track. It's super easy. Good stuff. It's a great time. Swear to gosh. Was the casting deliberate or did you just hit the jackpot?
We hit the jackpot.
We hit the jackpot in a
O'Malley.
way. It was deliberate in a sense because the people in the
Say hi to
show.
your new fans.
Hello, everyone.
This is Matthew, season 3 cast. Don't say anything what you're making. Don't.
Oh, okay, I won't.
Okay. So our cast for season 2 was based on who was available. So it wasn't like all intentional. It had to do with like what advanced students were going to be involved in this. So that was a big part of it. It was deliberate and yet hit the jackpot. Man, they didn't have any cool classes like that when I was in school. I know,
Yeah.
Scott.
We also go to like
Paul's
a
here.
Paul
giant
said
high
Anna?
school.
Paul, I miss
You literally
I'm gonna
have
come
oh my God.
visit.
Where's Paul? Where'd Paul go?
Miss
Uh,
you.
Miss you.
Miss you.
I miss you.
We miss you,
too.
Paul.
Also, like most high schools don't have this because most high schools don't have 4,000 kids.
That's
And
true.
There's only one Bill Allen.
We have a very big
Yeah,
high
and
school.
you don't
Thank
have
you,
Bill
David
Allen.
Garcia,
Like,
for
there's
being a
another
big
big
fan.
high school in Riverside Brookfield, but they don't have as good of a program as us.
They're
Yes,
also
thank
not
you,
as big
David
as us.
Garcia. Thank you for
They're like
tuning in
third,
and
aren't they?
supporting us. Have any of the students went on to play a tabletop RPG on their own time?
Yes, I did.
We didn't mention that. Carl's done some. Heather might.
I still.
Now, when Carl and Heather get to SCAD, my goal for them was to create their own spin-off series because they're going into film school and they will have contacts. There are going to be nerds at SCAD who will do all the tech stuff and let you guys just be the stars.
Yes.
And you guys could
But
kill
I
it.
don't want it. Like I do like behind the scenes stuff.
Okay,
I'm a
fine.
star.
Remember when I was like never on
Same.
camera
Star.
until the Tony and Heather show?
Yes, that's true.
I like camera.
Kayla says, I missed the beginning, so sorry, but Carl and Bill came to you about playing D&D, especially Heather. All right, so Heather,
Bill came out.
how did you feel about me saying we were going to play D&D?
Um,
Rewind back to season 1.
Okay.
So it was end of this fall semester. Like there
Yeah.
were
It was
10 days
it was
left
like
of school.
Christmas time.
Yeah.
You guys
It
are
was-
just lazy and didn't want to write a script for your final
Yeah,
project.
basically,
Basically.
like in most of the classes, you usually have someone that writes scripts. Like we have like Carl who writes scripts, and in like our other film classes, we had kids that were like, "Oh, I already have like 5 scripts you can pick from." Well, in our class, we didn't have anyone that wrote. It was just a bunch of kids that were just kind of like, I don't know, just taking it for the credit of the class.
True.
And so we were like gonna make like a mockumentary about like D&D, but then it just kind of turned into like
The
a
bare
real
minimum.
show, a real web series. It was really interesting, but it was originally supposed to be like a mockumentary. And you were gonna like fake interview us, and like it was gonna be like real like.
What would you guys think
Characters,
of
remember?
it behind the
Yes.
scenes?
Do you remember
So-
when
It's
you were
The
like telling
Office.
us, like you were like, oh, you should like act like this to
Right.
be like this character, but then it just like didn't happen. It ended up just being real.
So
Which is kinda funny.
Dovahkeen Templar just asked a great
Kavanaugh.
question. If I would consider making a syllabus. And so
Right.
I am working on that.
It was
Part-
supposed to be like the
Part of what
Office.
we've
Yeah.
been doing with D&D with high school students is kind of
Yeah, it was like-
piloting.
It was like the D&D office.
Like we're trying it out. So basically on the teacher end of it, what I want to integrate is not just a syllabus, but an actual series of units to teach people how to do all the media side of it, but then the value from the storytelling perspective of a D&D game. So it's teaching people both the behind the scenes and the on-air talent part. So it's improvisation.
Back and Sean says Matt Kavanaugh.
So it's improvisation.
They're in
It's
college.
how to host a show, the whole thing. So I am working on it. I don't know if I'd ever propose it here at the school, but because we already have like an improv class, we already have
See?
theater classes out the wazoo. But I would definitely create the curriculum as something for other schools to maybe use as a model because I think there's a lot of value. I've always said this, that so much of who I am is because of D&D and other role-playing games. It teaches you so much about the world, about other people, about history, religion, cultures, all this cool stuff. So
Scott Maresh. I have not participated in any
Let's roll
plays
play
or
GM,
musicals. I was part of the school's improv show this year. That's
Okay.
about it. I've mostly focused on the actual like writing and directing of that kind of side of things, but I'm getting into acting as well. So maybe down the line you'll see me in a play. Maybe 50-50.
Billy Green, it's awesome that this series got you into D&D. That's an honor for us. And it's awesome that you're going to play with your friends.
Ooh.
Do some world building, but like I said earlier in the stream, just take it easy. Start off small. Build a little town, some woods, some rocky crags, maybe a dormant volcano somewhere. I don't know. There are a lot of options for how you can make a little region and have a ton of storylines around it.
This guy is the most interesting one in the chat. Haters are fans too. Let's role play GM.
Let's role play GM
I'm gonna be
is
honest, I don't
fine.
know what that means.
Wow, first he was trying to seduce Heather, then he was saying I was a.
He doesn't like Matt.
He doesn't
Is it
like
a good
Matt.
time
I'm a
for
douche.
spoilers?
Very
You're a
interesting.
Spoiler:
He's just
I've never
spilling the
played
tea.
a tabletop RPG. And I
You
don't
went
know
to
anything
Gen
about
Con.
RPG.
Okay.
But I went to
Segue.
Gen Con.
You got a katana.
Evil campaigns can be fun. That's basically what happened with season 2.
What? No.
Season 2 just went chaotic with a little touch of evil. I mean, torture.
I thought I was a
at
good
times.
person.
Okay. But basically, evil campaigns, you have to be careful because the reality is that if you have a group of people who are constantly breaking the law, they're going to get hunted down and imprisoned or killed. So evil campaigns can be very short-lived. Now, if you want to try something where people are struggling with their morality, that kind of stuff, then I think it can be cool. Like maybe they're tempted towards evil and they do some evil acts and they've sinned, but then they're seeking redemption. That can have a really strong story mix.
We did cut a kid's forehead.
Someone asked if we were friends before the series.
Heather and I
Yeah.
were lovers in 8th
Stop.
grade for a month.
So
maybe?
not
For a
true.
month.
A
Yeah.
month.
It kind of is true.
It is true. It's
It
completely
really is
true. We.
But Carl and I have been friends since we were like 13.
Yeah.
So that's like 5 years.
Well, and so I don't know about friends, but everybody knew each other from LTTV.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
cast, like everybody knew each other. And frankly, I think you could tell by
Yeah, I had a couple
chemistry
friends.
who was friends and
who was
wasn't.
dating at certain points in the show.
No,
And-
I don't think people know that.
Oh,
They
really?
don't.
That's
Let's
a fun.
All right,
explain it.
The biggest spoiler ever. Ready?
The true tea.
Stop
Sean
saying
Robinson and Heather dated
For like a
Like
month.
during the show.
during the show.
and like no
and
one
then broke
knew.
up.
And then you
the
might
show-
go
During
back-
the show, and then we broke up during the show.
During the show. So you
And
might
so,
notice that like the seating arrangement changed at a certain point, and that is basically why.
It was because I was like,
Heather's
I'm a
soft.
petty bitch. That's
Yeah.
that's basically the tea.
And
that
he-
I'm
and-
petty and I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not sitting there.
Well,
You just
Heather,
act like he doesn't exist, but it just doesn't.
I was like,
make
I know. I was
sense.
like, I'm not sitting there.
But here's the
It wasn't
thing,
even that bad.
like it all ended up being fine. It was fine.
yeah,
It's fine.
it was like we went to Vegas.
Thank you.
together,
Let's
like-
roleplay GM.
It was just
we're
the
just messing
dating
around.
tension.
Where do you stand on 3-5 versus 5? It's not a
totally,
debate. Here's
totally.
where I stand. Play whatever the hell you want. Play any edition you want. Use whatever rules
First
you want.
edition.
I don't care. I'm playing
First
5e
Make
because
up your own edition.
it's easy for me to teach newbies how to play 5e. I have played every edition of D&D. Let me say that one more time. First,
Wow.
second, third, 3-5, fourth. The playtest for
There's a
fifth.
3.5.
Yeah.
Why?
Pathfinder.
Why? Why don't you just go to 4?
After fourth, we played
Wait, is
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder made by the same people who made Dungeons and Dragons.
No, Pathfinder is probably the biggest
Pathfinder
rival
is
in
something
fantasy
I know,
role
that's what
playing
you
to
explained
D&D.
me, but you said
Pathfinder's
this is
huge.
all the D&D games I played. Then you said Pathfinder. So I'm
Yes.
a little confused.
I said Pathfinder because we jumped ship from Dungeons and Dragons after 4th edition to play Pathfinder for a little while, and
I
then we
want a
came
game
back.
where you can win. I want to win.
Every game you can win. I win
No,
every time I
I
play.
asked all the people at Gen
If you
Con, they're
kill
like,
everyone.
it's not about winning. It's about the
I win all the
story."
time too.
I like
Ellen
winning.
says she sensed the dating tension. Good instinct roll.
T.
Insight roll. I knew it. Let's roll set. Awkward.
TMZ.
I
It
never
wasn't
knew.
like tension. It was just.
It was tension.
Like, how could you not? be
Sean, you
uncomfy?
dog. Haha, I would have gone.
Hey,
for
Matt
Heather
Burns.
too.
Matt Burns.
Stop.
Matt Burns, join the club. Show them how
Matt
D&D's played.
Burns.
Matt Burns. Matt Burns, our guy from
And
LTTV
he's
too.
at ISU.
Sean,
He's
you
at ISU.
dog. Aha. I would have gone for Heather too.
You can't say things
Okay,
like that.
okay.
You are 28. She's 18. That's
My
a 10-year
sister's
difference.
28.
Dude, there are like
But she's
40-year-old men
married,
who.
so-
I know.
who-
It just
who
in
messaged
general.
Heather.
Heather's
Yeah.
a person.
All
All right. Have you ever seen
like
that old
Facebook
D&D
messages.
cartoon from the 70s? Ellen, it's from the 80s, and yes, I saw it. I grew up with it, and it's
my God.
horrible. In
What is
fact, there was a Dungeons and Dragons cartoon,
Of course there was.
Oh,
And it was-
that sounds kind of cute.
I thought it was going to be like the best thing, so I like showed it to my sons, and they're like, "Dude, this is lame."
My mom sent me this.
It looks like she's gonna bite
This is
something.
my dog.
Bill, ever made your own tabletop game? Yes. I have so many games, it's ridiculous. And someday I'll publish them all, and you can buy them.
3 new voicemails from here.
300.
Um,
What?
so yeah, I
Oh,
300.
I am
Talk
going.
to
Oh
300
crap!
times.
We have 8 minutes left.
Okay.
We're approaching an hour.
I know. It is pretty cheesy. Yes. Evil campaign is really fun, but most I played, which worked. Okay, so I love playing in evil campaigns because I could just go there. Like I could go dark. Like even as a kid, like we
can't.
ran an evil campaign
Okay.
where we were just marauders,
We
like going
kinda
from town to
did.
town, like looting
That's
places.
literally what we did.
I was an evil priest. It was awesome.
That's not. Oh no, that's actually very
Wow.
relevant to today's
Yeah.
situation.
I was like,
Yeah.
all priests are evil.
No, come on.
not all priests.
right.
It's just weird.
You can't
Sev-
categorize
so-
them like that.
Several.
As
priests.
far as
Many.
spoilers, are we ready to talk season 3? So
Yeah.
here's the
Yeah.
scoop. I know who I want to have on the cast for season 3. And like I said, we're going to have 4 core players and then some special guests who bop in and out every once in a while.
Only with you.
Who are we thinking?
Dovahkiin Templar, that's my life. That is my favorite picture. It was made by Jeff Easley. The artist was Jeff Easley, who made
I
the
know, so
original
cool.
Unearthed Arcana.
No.
No. That book is my
Yeah.
life. That
Not
picture
all
is my
time,
life.
I just wanna play guitar.
All right, spoilers.
Yeah. Sorry.
Spoilers. I've never played D.
Here we go. Here's the spoilers for season 3.
Okay.
Cast of 4 people: Beecher, O'Malley,
Yes.
hopefully Neely,
Hopefully, Neely.
one more mystery girl who we haven't found yet. We're going to have behind the scenes session 0 stuff that goes into character making. So you're going to get to know the cast, meet the cast videos, go by behind the scenes, go into their character making sessions, and then we're going to start playing. We might or might not have wardrobe.
I want a costume so bad.
Okay.
You're not playing.
Now,
It'll be
I'll be back.
uncomfy.
now that's all. Those aren't major
Wow.
spoilers.
Won't
Now
you
I'm
be
going to
like
drop
uncomfortable?
some major T. Are you ready for this?
Oh, major
Stop
Yeah,
saying
major
this,
T.
please. Oh my god, the tea is
The tea.
It's piping. Take
It's
a sip,
piping.
babes. I'm ready.
Okay,
Your
ready?
cup
Yeah.
ready?
So
My cup's ready.
here's some major stuff.
My
Stop
cup is
stealing my keys.
overflowing.
Here's some major
Stop
stuff.
stealing my keys.
We are going to.
Las Vegas.
No, we are. Hopefully,
Kiss each
if
other.
O'Malley doesn't ruin it.
bad.
I will tell you the setting.
Oh.
Okay. The setting, we are going to be continuing season 3
Georgia.
on the continent of Nuof Otmai, which you came to know in season 2.
Oh.
There will be recurring non-player characters. There will be recurring heroes and villains
Oh.
that you have perhaps met or heard of, and continuing plot lines from season 2. So the
Wow.
story will build for those of you who have been loyal and have followed the story thus far.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We will have
And-
the best of luck in college.
Yes. And one more thing. Some of you have guessed about some of the things that the players missed in season 2. And I saw your comments.
We didn't miss anything.
They did. They missed a lot of clues.
What?
And I will say
Oh.
that for those of you who are wise enough and made your insight rolls, you will find out the answers to those things that you were suspicious about in season 2 in season 3.
But we still won, so
Yeah, that's true. I won.
we kind of killed it.
And even in summer sessions, actually, there were some hints, but they didn't get it. So
Really?
there were hints in summer
I
sessions.
zone out like every.
All right,
5
you know what?
seconds. I fall asleep. Like
Straight
every
up
4
spoiler.
seconds.
Okay.
Do you remember what
No.
Grimble found at the bottom of the underground lake?
Oh,
Uh,
the-
Oh
River?
yeah,
the
that
cube,
box.
the box.
We never opened it, right?
There you go.
We never delved into that plot.
Nobody ever opened it.
I forgot
I
about
forgot about
that.
it too.
There's a whole plot
That's because
line
we
waiting to
waited like
happen.
a month and a half to
Now,
film the next episode.
Do you remember where you ended up at the end of summer sessions? Who were you a guest of? The king.
The king.
Yes,
I
the
don't
chosen
remember
of
that.
water himself, the dragonborn king.
I do remember that now because I was
Um,
trying to seduce his daughter.
So there will
I thought you
be.
did.
I did seduce his daughter.
Oh, I'm confused.
You never consummated.
I
the
never
sex.
had-
I'm wearing shorts.
Dragon sex.
Yes. So basically, there are going to be a lot of cool plot lines that connect season 2 to season 3, but a whole new cast.
Ah,
I'm kind of scared.
let's roll.
Play
Play
so
jam.
gross. Come
You're
on.
So mean.
So thanks for entertaining us, Heather and Carl. Best wishes to both of you. Thank you guys. Heather, D&D tip: never admit right to your DM's face that you saw. Not every.
Yeah, but it's Bill, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Heather's like partially narcoleptic. All right, guys.
Bill's like my
Um,
father.
We are running out of time. So thank you everybody for tuning in. All
Not yet.
I like Mahal. You're
Yeah.
funny.
right. Thank you guys for tuning in. And thanks for wishing Carl and Heather the best of luck in their future college endeavors.
Yes.
We promise to try to bring them back either for holiday games at the studio
Aw,
or
we can wear Christmas
online.
hats. Can we get a snow machine?
Yes. No. What am I
That'd be so
saying? Why
cute.
would we have?
Andy has a snow machine.
Wait,
Yeah.
but you guys are
Can we
going
borrow
to
it?
coloring book school, so you come back like
You're
Um,
going-
Oh, all right.
oh,
So
Bailey just goes, you're going to coloring book school, so you
Yes.
come home like every week.
Fuck you, man.
people
It's kinda
people
true.
asked about live. Okay, so here's the scoop. We're gonna try to do more live stuff. I don't know if we can do. Well, I know we can do Twitch. Okay,
Keep it blue, Heather.
so we
Thank you,
might
Jamie.
we might do some
Blueberry.
Twitch live
Blueberry.
streaming, and we might do some more live streaming here. So for those of you who like YouTube, we'll try to keep you happy. For those of you who like Twitch, we're gonna dip our toe in the water there. In the meantime, stay tuned because there's more crafting videos, unboxing videos, painting miniature master series class videos, and DM and GM tip videos coming down the line, along with season 3 of D&D with high school students. So thank you guys for supporting us. Spread the word. Keep on spreading the word.
Thank
We
you,
want to blow this
Scott.
up, and we'll see you soon.
Everyone's so
Thanks
nice.
for being fans of
Bye.
us. But